What's up, everybody? It is Monday. It is that first day to get your mind right, to get ready to overcome, to just hit the ground running, and to reset, to fix things that maybe you got off last week. That's what's so great about this life, that every day is a new day. It is never too late to get back on track. And this today, this is one of the things. Last week we talked about being the light in the darkness, and this Monday Muster, it is inspired by actually one of our Overcome Army groups. And I know there's probably going to be a lot of you out there that see this sweatshirt, and you're going to write, and you're going to say, "Where do I get that sweatshirt?" And the answer is, well, you have to be a member of the Overcome Army to get one of these sweatshirts. So if you're not a member of the Overcome Army, you don't. So but one of our Overcome Army members, our coaching group that's focused on positivity, that's focused on goal setting, that's focused on just good positive energy and doing the right thing. And I'm going to shout her out, man. Karen Huber, who is in Germany. She posted a phenomenal article, and I'll be honest, Karen, when I read it, and I hope members of the Overcome Army. It is a closed group, so everybody that watches this, you may not be able to see everything. Well, you won't be able to see everything that gets posted in the group, but our members post great positive content. It's the foundation of the group. We don't tolerate negativity. We don't tolerate attacks. We don't tolerate, you're not allowed to talk politics, anything like that. It's only about relentless positivity and forward momentum, goal setting, accountability, and supporting each other. And Karen Huber posted this story about, um, oh, and of course it just went away when I pulled it up, but that's okay. I know the story well enough. It's about this Spanish runner and a Kenyan runner in this race. And Karen, I will admit, when I read the story in this day and age of fake news and fabricated things just for the sake of sensationalism, I didn't believe it at first. I actually went and researched it. Like I do with so many things that I see, whether they're good or bad, I research them to make sure they're true. And this was definitely a story that I said, man, I've got to see if this is a true story. And it is. It is a true story, and I apologize that the link went away. Thank you, Facebook, for immediately resetting my feed on my phone. But the bottom line is this: there was a Spanish runner, and I remember his name was Ivan Fernandez, and a Kenyan runner, and in this race. And I want to take a step back before we get to the aspects of the race. And it is, we are living in a win at all costs society globally. It's starting to pervade the globe. And it is amazing to me because trust me, I am all about winning. I want to win. I'm super competitive, but we are starting to get to a point where it's becoming toxic, because if you win, it should be won on your merit. It should be won on your hard work. It should be won on your discipline, on your grinding, on your planning, and then executing a phenomenal plan, a phenomenal race, a phenomenal competition, phenomenal business strategy, or any of those things. And that is going away. When I was younger, actually, even in the SEAL teams, it used to be if you had a problem with a guy, you went out back, you duked it out, and when it was over, it was over. Somebody won, somebody lost, and you respected each other and drove on. And I'll be honest, guys, we used to have smokers in my first platoon, and I got my ass kicked a few times. I'm not, this great, amazing fighter. There are some guys in the SEAL teams that are great fighters, and we put the gloves on, and I got my bell rung several times. And it used to be that way. You could go out, you'd settle your differences. The winner would help up the loser. And then after that, they would drive on. In this day and age, now the loser goes and gets a gun, or even the winner, win at all costs, and shoots the other guy. Or we're in this day and age. One of my coaching clients works for a large company, and they were telling me about how toxic the culture they work in, and how it is the antithesis of building a good team because everything is placed on winning. And literally, individuals within the organization will steal clients from one another because so much emphasis is placed on winning. Winning above all costs. The bottom line, the amount of money that it creates this toxic culture where you cannot trust each other because somebody's going to steal your stuff. Guys, I live by this word, overcome. But at what cost? And can you look yourself in the mirror and say you did it right? I believe, once again, I want to reinforce it is about merit. It is about doing the right thing. It is about being that leader that sets the example and can lose gracefully if you know that your opponent did everything better. That's the reality. I mean, you look at this political world we're in. We have people that say the ends justify the means. I have so many friends on the right who want to say, "Oh man, this election was rigged." Although I look back in the past, and there are individuals on the right that did some nefarious things related to winning at all costs. And I'm not going to get into details. We stay away from politics in here. But all I will say is you can research both sides anywhere in the world where they feel like the ends justify the means, winning at all costs. In my opinion, there's only one situation where winning at all costs is justified, and that is if your life is on the line. If you are in a situation where someone is literally trying to kill you, at that point, win at all costs. That's the only time. Other than that, man, grind, do the work, put in the effort, surround yourself with good people, help lift them up, which brings us full circle back to Karen Huber's post. And I encourage all of you to go look this up and see this story. So there was a race in Spain, and this Kenyan runner, and I apologize that I don't have his name. Like I said, Facebook reset and threw my story, pushed my story away. But the Spanish runner's name was Ivan Fernandez. And it was a long distance run, and they were coming around the final turn. And the Kenyan runner had led either the majority of the race or the entire race. And Ivan Fernandez, the Spanish runner, was behind him in second place. And the Kenyan runner was running, and he was coming up to the finish line, and he didn't understand Spanish, and he thought he had crossed the finish line. And he slowed down to almost a walk, thinking he had won the race. And Ivan Fernandez was coming up at full speed, his last bit of energy, pouring everything into his race, executing his strategy. And he noticed the Kenyan runner had stopped short of the finish line. And in this situation, so many people in this win at all costs world would have blasted right by that guy and thought, yes, lucky me, this guy's messed up and I'm gonna win. But he didn't. He slowed down and he started yelling at the guy. He started yelling at this Kenyan runner. What are you doing? What are you doing? The finish line's up there. Go, keep going. The Kenyan guy didn't understand Spanish. So Ivan Fernandez started coaxing him along and pushed him across the finish line so that he could win. After the race, uh, a Spanish reporter was interviewing Ivan Fernandez and said, "What were you thinking? What were you doing? You could have won the race. Like you would have been the winner. Like why? That was so stupid. Why? That's basically what he was saying." And Ivan's first answer was, I'd like to think we can live in a world where not only can we win, but we can help others to win. Oh, man, that is being a leader. That is being the light in the darkness, helping others, lifting others up. And then the Spanish reporter was just incredulous and said, "But why?" They just couldn't wrap their head around that. And they said, "But why? You could have won. You could have gone right by him. You could have been the winner with this win at all cost mentality." And Ivan Fernandez said, "But what would have been the merit in that?" He said, I would have known that I didn't earn that win. This guy had led the entire race. He said, "What would my mother have thought of?" Man, values, integrity, setting the example, being the light in the darkness. So for those of you out there that live in this toxic culture that is pervading our society, this win at all costs, there's some of you out there that are going to listen to this and you're going to say, "Oh, Jason Redman, I hate that guy." Oh, he's talking about, yeah. You're thinking to yourself, "Oh, I would have blasted right by that Kenyan guy. As a matter of fact, I probably would have tripped him as I went by." You're the problem. You're the problem. You're the darkness in society. And it's up to us to be the light. It's up to us. That is emotional leadership. Yeah, it's great to win. I love winning, but I'd rather win on my merit. I'd rather win on my work. I'd rather win knowing I executed a great strategy. And if I can help others along the way across the finish line, that is my goal. I've messed up a lot in my life, man. There have been times, if people that know me, if you read my book, The Trident, I was a jerk when I was younger. When I was younger, I would have been that guy. I would have tripped that Kenyan. I would have ran by that Kenyan. I would have laughed at him as I went by. But, we grow up, we get better, and we recognize you have to be the light in the darkness. So go look at this story. Karen Huber, I just want to say thank you for posting that story. It was phenomenal when I read it and I found out it was true. I was just so thankful in this day and age that there is still goodness out there. There are still great people, but it's up to us. It's up to us to be the leaders. It's up to us to pull others along. It is why I created the Overcome Army. It is why I'm doing what I do because I want to help others to be better. So that is Monday Muster. Man, be that light in the darkness. Set that example. It's not too late in this world to continue to help others and and to overcome. That's what we do. That's what it's about. That is Monday Muster, and I am out.